Hey guys, how's it going? How you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing fantastic. If this is your first time checking out Truly Divine's channel, what is up? My name is Amy. If you're returning, welcome back to my channel, guys. So this is Divine Feminine's message for this week. So hopefully you guys are doing well. Let's just get into this. So the first card coming through for the Divine Feminines for their message says, I wish I had one more chance to truly tell you what I didn't. So like I've said in the other video for Divine Masculine, I really feel like there's still some things that are left unsaid, even with the Divine Masculines, but I really feel, and I can speak from experience that, if I could turn back the time and just tell my Divine Masculine, sort of everything that I should have told him, I don't know if that would make a difference. I don't know if that would change things, but I really feel like some of you are in this, place right now where you wish you had that one more minute, or that one more day, or that one more hour, or whatever the thing is. You wish you had that opportunity for a do-over. But the answers are coming through and saying everything that has transpired, everything that has happened because that's exactly how it was meant to happen. And I know a lot of you don't want to believe that. I know a lot of you are starting to lose faith in the twin flame journey, but you need to understand that he had to go do what he had to do because that's what he needed for himself. Does that make him selfish? Maybe in some ways. But I would rather my Divine Masculine leave and work on the areas of his life that he needs to work on, and me work on the areas of my life that I need to work on, and my issues and my insecurities, and then come back together when we're both ready, than to try to stay and make something work when we're both unhealed. Okay, so I know as Divine Feminine myself that if I had the opportunity, I honestly, at the first part of the separation, I honestly would say yes. I wish I had that opportunity. But now that I've studied, now that I've handled so long and, I've been on this journey for a while, I'm a different person than I was when I first met my Divine Masculine. So I have grown tremendously in the couple months that we, have been separated. So I know, and I have faith, and I have trust in God now that when in time our journeys will meet again. So there is no hatred on my part. There is no more frustration. There is no more anger. I wish him well, and I hope that he finds what he needs in his life. And do I wish that I had another moment to speak to him? Of course, but not because I want to make him feel bad, but because I want him to know that no matter what, my love for him will always be unconditional, no matter how long it really takes him to understand the meaning of unconditional love, you know what I mean? So it's being in this place where you have to tell yourself, if you cannot accept what Divine Masculine has done, it is because you are not ready to come into union with Divine Masculine, okay? So some of you are in a place right now where you're sitting there and I can just hear it right now. You're like, Amy, I wish that I could speak to him. I wish I could tell him that I'm not mad at him anymore. I wish I could tell him that I'm not angry at him anymore. I wish I could just tell him how much I love him and how much I care about him. And, this is going to sound crazy, but you guys can. You can write letters to him. You can write messages. You can write emails. You can write, handmade letters every single day for the next 365 years and put it in a box and save it. Save it until you meet up with him again, You can even manifest when you're writing these letters that you are mailing them, and intuitively the energy from that letter will go to him. You can speak to your Divine Masculine. He will pick up your energy. He will pick it up. And the reason I really believe that is because there has been moments that, you know, if I'm silenced, like if I'm in my room and, you know, I'm just sitting there, I pick up, you know, random hearings. Like I'll hear, I miss you, or, you know, I'm thinking of you. And at first, you know, the first couple times that it happened, I'm like, hello? Like, who's in here, right? Because it's not something that I'm accustomed to, but I realized that it was coming from inside me, you know? It wasn't something that was in my environment. It was something that was being, you know, brought towards me. So that's the first big message that's coming through. Second one says, I miss the way it felt to be close to you. And for sure, right? Because when you meet your twin. When you meet your twin, it's an unbreakable feeling. It's a connection that you will never have with anyone else. It's an unbreakable bond. No matter how far you drift away, no matter how far Divine Masculine drifts away, you guys will always come back together. And I really believe that. I really believe that in time, when time isn't great, divine timing, we had that earlier, right? That when it's meant to be, it will truly be. But there's no shame in admitting that you as a divine feminine misses your divine masculine. And, you know, for the divine masculines that need to hear this today, your divine feminine still cares. Maybe she's, you know, living her best life right now, or seeing other people, or whatever the case is, but you have to know that she still misses the way that you held her. She still misses the way that you've touched her. And it's because that touch, that special connection that divine feminine and divine masculine have, you know, it's not something that can be broken. You know, it's always going to be there, no matter how far apart you guys are. Okay, my heart won't let you go. Okay. And like I said, it's because the connection is so raw. The connection is, you know, there's so many high highs, but I'm telling you, there's so many low lows, right? And you got to be strong. That's one of the things that the twin flame journey is going to bring out of you. It's going to bring out that strong, that courage, that braveness. You know, it's going to take you really, really down low, but you're going to come up high too, you know? I didn't know how to wait any longer. So this is for some of you divine feminines, you know, being in this place of having so much love, but wanting more for yourself, wanting more for your life. And there's no shame in going elsewhere. There's no shame in dating other people. There's no shame in, you know, learning other lessons. And I think that's the big message today, is that, you know, divine feminines need to know that if you're ready to not go off the course of the twin flame journey, because you're always going to be on it, but if you're ready to give yourself away again, this is kind of validation for me to say that for some of you it's okay. But as it's being, you know, a divine feminine to divine masculine reading, I would say that divine feminines are having a really hard time right now holding on. You know, it's not that they want to let go, but how do you hold on to someone who has shown you sort of time and time again that they're just not ready for what you have to offer? So like, there's a lot of high highs and a lot of low lows, like I said, but, you know, I know in my heart that it's going to be worth it in the end, and that's all I can really tell you guys. I just want to love you. Why won't you let me in? So it's really hard, right? As the divine feminine sitting there wondering, divine masculine, like, why wasn't I good enough for you? Why wasn't I enough? Why? I did everything I could to show you that I loved you. I did everything I could to, you know, to uplift you, to show you that I had your back, and you just up and left. And, you know, you got to get out of your ego, divine feminine, because as I said, divine masculine had to do what he had to do, and you needed that time away to heal. You needed that time to wait to kind of regroup yourself. So when you're going into that feeling of feeling unloved, that feeling of unworthiness, it's more about a reflection of what's going on in the inner of you, okay? So if that is you as a divine feminine, I really want you to work on self-healing. Do some meditation, get yourself, your energy back up, get yourself to a place where you can start to look in the mirror again, because this message is going to go to a couple different people, but I really feel like your divine master is not going to come back when you're on rock bottom. He's not going to come back when you're feeling sorry for yourself. So it's one of those things where you need to pick yourself up, you need to dust yourself off, and you need to tell yourself that you've got this, because you do. And I'm saying that with so much love, because I have been at the rock bottom of the twin flame journey back in January, and it was like January and February was so dark for me. It was completely hard. And I felt trapped. I felt like I had no way out. I felt like, why was I given this person who I felt so connected with, so, and then they just up and left, But I got through it, and I worked through it, and I healed, and I took the time for myself, and I started working on the areas of my life, and I just changed the way I saw the twin flame journey, and I changed the outlook, and I'm in a much better place for it. So the last card for the divine feminine says, I'm letting go, but it doesn't mean I don't care. Okay, so divine masculines, whoever is watching this, just know that your divine feminine still cares. That it may look like she's disconnecting, it may look like she's turning her back on you, it may look like she's walking away for good, but it's more about her wanting to protect herself, her wanting to protect her needs right now, and her just needing to have that moment to say, I still care deeply about you, but there's something that I need to do for me. And that's what I'm picking up for you guys, okay? So I am sending you guys all love and light for this week. You guys take care. Have yourself a fabulous rest of the week, and I'll talk to you soon.